Hello everyone, Brendan Marcello here following Mississippi State with another dramatic win for the Bulldogs, 76-71 over LSU. Mississippi State was in control most of the second half, as I'm sure you saw on TV, unless you were watching at Jackson. I hear there were some TV problems in the final seconds, but State held on and did so by getting big plays out of their two most experienced and guys. You know, Arnett Moultrie's only a first-year player here, but he's played quite a bit at UTEP, and he came up big again tonight. And of course, D. Boss, second time in the last three games here at Humphrey Coliseum, he's come up with a big steal in the final seconds to help seal it, and he fed the ball to Arnett Moultrie, was helping him out on the trap over here. I'm actually looking at the spot where they turned it over. LSU did in the final seconds. Anthony Hickey, who was absolutely unstoppable in his last 90 seconds. I mean, he hit three-pointers there for the Tigers, who, you know, had been down 9 points in the final minute and 50 seconds, but they hit four straight three-pointers, three from Anthony Hickey that were really just crucial and huge for LSU. That LSU, give them a lot of credit. It's amazing they were even in this game late or even had an opportunity to do it by hitting those three-pointers, especially with the way State was dominating them on the boards. I mean, State had 46 rebounds to LSU's 26, plus 20 there. It's the biggest advantage State, I think, has had in the last 2 years since that game against Houston 2 seasons ago. And State went to the free throw line 31 times to LSU's 13. State hit 23 of 31 free throws, hit 8 of their last 10 in those final minutes. The Bulldogs did to hold on, but State, if they had lost this game, I mean, it could have been devastating. It seems like we say this after every game, these close games. You know, it's kind of funny to look at a 76-71 win. That was the largest point advantage for Mississippi State in the SEC win this year. They've played a lot of close games and they've been coming out and winning them, but I think there is some concern here, is that State is not able to hold on to these big leads late, and that's very troublesome. But it also is weird because they were down double digits to Vanderbilt and came back and ended up winning that game. But should have probably won that game in regulation if you think about it. So State's got to get some toughness going in these final minutes. Obviously they're being able to do it with winning, but they don't need to be coming down to those situations. You can't keep doing that throughout the season, because just as they're on a streak here being 4-2 in the SEC, you can also hit a slump when you let those games get real close. But again, big game. Arnett Moultrie, unstoppable. I mean, LSU, I figure, would have a good answer for him with Justin Hamilton, and then obviously Johnny O'Brien coming back into the game after missing most of the last 5 games with a broken hand, but he dominated them. It's like Arnett Moultrie said, he even boxed them out. They boxed him out, but he still got through because his feet are just so quick and they couldn't keep up with that. Moultrie finished with 28 points, which tied a career high. He also had 12 rebounds to go along with that, 6 on the offensive end, 6 on the defensive end. His 12th double-double of the season. And how about D. Boss? It was weird. It just seemed so quiet. I mean, he was 1 for 6 from the field, but hit 7 free throws. He finished with 9 points, 10 assists, which is a season high for him. It's not his career high. He had 11 twice before, but also had 7 rebounds. He was very close to a triple-double. D. Boss, very effective tonight, even though he wasn't able to hit some shots. Moultrie, 10 for 18 from the field. We talked about him. Now about Rodney Hood, it seems like every game he's just really quiet and he hits a few big shots here and there. 4 for 10 from the field, finished with 13 points. And Jalen Steele, 3 for 4 beyond the arc. He's feeling it right now. He actually had a thigh bruise apparently going into this game. Didn't feel great, but he had a heck of a game. If you're looking to put your circle around someone, they didn't perform well, how about Renardo Sidney? He hit that 1 3-pointer, finishes with 3 points, and that's it. Did not look well out there. Rick Stansbury said he wasn't feeling sick. He was feeling sick. He was under the weather, but not a good game for him, especially after the way he played in the second half against Vanderbilt. They got to get that corrected. But if you're a State fan, you're happy for the win, especially after being up 12 points and up double digits most of that second half. But you can't let these games get away from you, especially at home. And if you do that on the road, you're liable to lose one. Can't do that at Florida. Florida is a team that I think State's really not circled, but they know a lot about already from talking to players earlier tonight. They know they like to shoot the 3 ball. They're a good team at home. They're in Gainesville, and they're a top 15 team. State, if they get that win, it's big. If they lose it, it's not devastating, but it sure would be big for the Bulldogs, who, once again, just escaped. And it's a frustrating night for LSU. You'll read more about in the Clarion Ledger. Trent Johnson very upset. Called for a technical at the end of the game, and I've never seen a coach like that in the post game where he was just so quiet, but he tried to compose himself as much as he could. But State's doing that to teams lately. Vanderbilt had the same thing happen to them. Kevin Stallings would agree with that. But much more in the Clarion Ledger on Thursday, much more on the blog Thursday as well, and Friday before we hit the road for Gainesville Friday and make that long trek. It's going to be fun to see how the Bulldogs respond after such another close game, and with fatigue becoming an issue, which we've talked about already. But that's going to do it from here from Humphrey Coliseum. Thanks for reading. Thanks for following along. I'll see you on the road in Gainesville.